Hello everyone, this is Gautam. Let us today talk on how we can increase our productivity. Today I'm going to talk on our brain chemicals and specifically about dopamine. I'm going to talk scientifically. So welcome everyone and let's get started. So what is dopamine? Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that anticipates the reward. When we eat nutritious foods, when we play, when we dance, and when we eat something healthy, or when we have sex. So the key role of dopamine is to support our survival and reproductions. But in today's world, the dopamine neurotransmitter is hijacked through social media, through internet, and through games. It has been hijacked, and you know that on a study around the globe, it shows that on an average a person spends 6 hours 40 minutes on phone on screen. How much I really get shocked when I saw that a person spends this much of time on screen just for scrolling, waste their precious time. And this is one of the main cases that people are stop becoming creative, stop becoming humorous, stop becoming happy, and they loses their productivity. So to increase your productivity, first you need to understand is that you have to increase the release of quality dopamine. But in today's world, our brain is hijacked through cheap dopamine. A cheap dopamine is released when there is a release of dopamine without much effort, such as when we scroll on internet, when we check our emails, or when people consume alcohol and consume drugs. There is a release of cheap dopamine because there is no much effort. That can without much effort, there is a high release of dopamine. That is why that is a release of cheap dopamine. So if you are procrastinating and can't able to finish your work at time, then you have to give a little shock to your brain. I'm not talking about this shock, a physical shock. That means you have to do dopamine detox. So what is dopamine detox? A dopamine detox, you have to stay from all these highly stimulating activities. That means phones most of you don't have a habit of drinking alcohol or smoking. If not, it is good, but just try to leave that habit. It's because it's not good to consume that things, because they are highly stimulating things such as drugs and alcohols, and smoking is highly stimulating things, because when you do such things, there is a release of really very cheap dopamine, and you are get addicted to it, because without much effort you are getting very much pleasure. You're getting a lot of pleasure without any much effort. But you know that when you when you do highly stimulating activity once, you feel a lot of pleasure. But to feel that pleasure, that same pleasure next time, you need a more and more high stimulation. But the truth is that no amount of stimulation gonna give you sense of fulfillment or true satisfaction. You can only be satisfied when you achieve something and you do something from your inner heart. When you do something from your heart and do something productive, do something creative, and do something that you really wanted to do, and then only you can be productive. So to be productive, you need to do a dopamine detox. In that, you have to stay away from highly stimulating activities and do mindful activities, do yoga, meditation, and all the things. Do just this for 24 hours. I challenge you to do this 24 hours. Stay away from internet and all the high stimulating activities, and do mindful activities such as yoga, exercise, and eat only less. Eat less as much as possible, and avoid eating sugar. Eat less, eat 2 times a day. If you could able to avoid a food a whole day, that 24 hours, just try it. It could be more effective. So you have to follow dopamine detox for 24 hours day. You can do yoga, not exercise. I don't recommend exercise, and you can do yoga, nature walk, spend some time with family, give your time self, generalize and relax yourself for 24 hours day. It may be difficult for you, but just try it for 24 hours and you will feel really some changes, and of course there will be a little productivity in yourself. And the main job for productivity is this, that you have to do meditation and you have to follow here and now chemicals. That means what are here and now chemicals is endorphin, oxytocin and serotonin and dopamine. Yeah, dopamine is in this, but not cheap dopamine. A dopamine is that when I'm talking about dopamine when you complete task, when you eat something healthy. That release of dopamine, that calorie release of dopamine is really good, and that will leads you, that will motivates you. Dopamine will motivate you to do the work. If you do, if that is not hijacked, that is not overstimulated. You know that social media website spends millions of dollars to hook your attention. They want your attention. They wanted you to spend your time in that. So just when I wanted you to be being very productive, there should be a release of these four chemical. First dopamine, I call it dopamine. When you complete some task, when you eat healthy food. And second is oxytocin. Oxytocin is a love chemical, dopamine is a reward chemical. Oxytocin is released when you love someone, or when you play with dogs, when you hug someone, there is a release of oxytocin. Next is serotonin. Serotonin is released and it is a mood chemical. How do you feel? To release serotonin, you have to do meditation or get sunshine on the morning. Your mood gonna be up. You gonna really feel very good. And next is endorphin. Endorphin is a painkiller. When you do physical exercise, when you laugh and you enjoy, when you have fun, there is a release of endorphin. And you notice that there is no electronics in this to be a productive. Of course, if you have to do your work on phone, on laptop, it is okay. But I don't want it to hook your attention. I don't want it to be in a loop of scrolling the reels and checking unwantedly all the apps, all the notification. You know that one of the greatest invention is notification. How much time you see your notification and check your emails or messages? It's like wasting your time and hooking your attention. Notification is designed to hook your attention, so you can get distracted. People get easily distracted because of notification. So when you follow here and now chemical, when you focus on releasing here and now chemicals, that is endorphin, oxytocin, we call it dopamine, endorphin, oxytocin, and serotonin. When you focus on releasing these chemicals, here and now chemical, you will start becoming productive. And just do the things that wanted to be done. Follow here and now chemical, and do the things that are important for you first. Focus on your goal. Stay focused. See, by seeing the reels or by seeing the social media, we get demotivated. We feel that people have this much of things. We lose over productivity, over creativity, and over main thing is that we lose over long-term thinking. We wanted all the things now because we are getting pleasure now. So you have to think for long term. Think about long term. What are your goals? And you what all there is a God. Good things take times. So give your time. Give your time for good things. You have to give your time, your energy, a right amount of energy and time. Be patient. Focus on your goal and be happy. Do whatever you are doing, whatever work you are doing, do with your heart and do good things. That's my advice. And that's it. I'm winding for this section. Thank you.